Hello and welcome to the Silver Lining, the weekly geekly talk show where we discuss any number of topics that may have come up during the week. I'm your host, Uncle Silver, aka Silver Greg, aka Greg, whatever you feel like calling me. Welcome to all of you, my co-host, the chat. Always fantastic having you here. And we're starting off right today. Thank you, Lilac, so much for the Tier 1 subscription. 3 months in a row. Woo! Thank you so much for that. It is extremely appreciated. Not only appreciated for the subs, but you are here often and you always contribute, which is always makes me happy. That's what I'm looking for more than anything else. I've had people ask me, like, should I sub or should I do the look? What I want you to do is contribute. I like to know that everybody is contributing to a good conversation, whether it is a Silver Lining episode where we're having the conversation together, or a game stream where I'm sort of 70% in, 30% out of the conversation. I love everybody participating. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I don't ever do any kind of audio test or anything, so I always spend the first few minutes panicking that I can't be heard. But I do feel like I'm a little bit low, so I'm going to crank myself up there. All right, I feel like see, that's now my little vocal line is in the red, and it always bothers me. It always bothers me to see that. I think the problem is that I sort of trail off sometimes when I talk, and I get very low and bassy. So I probably should stop doing that. But hello, Cyan Fox, Aqua Sakura, Lilac again. What's going on? Press F for Grumpy Cat. I know, bruh. I'm actually pretty sad about that. That is actually going to be our first topic. I mean, there isn't really a whole, I don't know that there's a whole lot to talk about that. Truth be told, the subjects today, with the exception of one of the topic, with the exception, we're going to be talking about Grumpy Cat. We're going to be talking about Sony and Microsoft sort of teaming up, and the 10 new Genesis games, which I forgot to actually load up a page that has them. So let me do that now. Let's see here. I want to make sure we load that up so I have it ready to go. We got Torch with the F. There we go. Rye, Dragoon Knight, Lizard, and Crimson. What is going on? Wow, I said your whole name, a Lizard and Crimson. You're not in trouble. Latimer and Rocky Bear. What is happening? Oh, and Cyan Fox, I'm happy to see that you were able to make it to the stream. I apologize for canceling yesterday. I got a lot on my mind, and I walked to work yesterday, which I love to do, and at the same time I don't like doing. Around my house, though, on the way to work, the only way to go, the first thing that happens is you have to walk up a hill, and I hate it. It always winds me because I'm who I am. I'm big, and so I'm always winded. But that's like a quarter mile compared to the rest of the walk. So I hate doing it, but I also don't like it because after working, sometimes I don't feel like walking home, but I decided to do it. I walked and it felt great. And then when I got home, I kind of just wanted to keep walking. So I took care of a few things that were here that I had to do here. And then I posted that I wasn't going to be doing the stream. I put on my hiking boots, which are, they're like low top hiking boots. They're basically just for walking because when I walk, I have a tendency to go off the path. Even if I walk somewhere that has a path, if there's grass and woods and stuff, my tendency is usually, especially when I hear water, when I hear like a little waterfall or a little babbling brook, my tendency is to immediately go off the path and go into the woods. So I can't wear like walking sort of like training sneakers. I have to wear my hiking boots because that is my instinct, is to go and do that. And if you saw from the video that I put up, yeah, there was a very nice, it's a great creek. There's a lot of water flowing. There's one spot with a water flow that I meant to take a picture of and I forgot, but I'll go back. You can't get, it's like a series of waterfalls, but you can't get back there. And it's like what do you call it? Like forbidden territory for me. Like, it drives me crazy that I can't get over there. So let's go back here. Rockabilly Legend. It's only when it's only when he says the numbers that you know you're in trouble. You're right, Lilac. 1, 2. You're not in trouble. Mendez, what's going on? Been a while since I've been to one of these. All right. Well, I'm glad to see. So what do we got? Walker Silver Ranger. Well, I like Walker Silver Ranger more than Greg Ranger. It would see you have this Aqua. I very, very much do. My problem was always that I grew up in North Philly, which you don't get a wilderness. You don't get wilderness adventure in North Philly. You get North Philly. What is a concrete jungle? So, you are stuck in that sort of environment. And if you do go exploring, you're probably in somebody's backyard, and you're probably going to get attacked. It is unfortunate, but it is true. I always veer off to stare and enjoy the sound. Dragoon Knight, I enjoy the sight and sound of water. If I see that I can get in it, I will usually do what I have to do to try and get in the water. Even it's normally just my feet, but I love being in the water. I love having my feet in the water, sitting. The idea of, hey, Sean Minion, what's going on? The idea, and a Neon Mole was happening. Gabby, what's going on? The idea of sitting on a big rock with my feet dangling in a stream, like the moving water of a stream, is like, I love video games. I like TV shows. Not as much as I used to. I like movies and sci-fi and all of that stuff, but there is nothing I like more than the idea of doing that. Except maybe sitting on the beach and then getting in the ocean water, because I think that's probably the best. But do you get dead birds off the street? If I have to. You could skip the 90 in my username. Lizard, was that someone already has Lizard and Crimson, so you just had to pick a random number, which I'm going to assume is the year that you were born? We have creeks, though. Oh, yeah. See, creeks are great, man. I love creeks. I mean, I don't have the beach. I just go to the beach. I camp in my bedroom. After the Flash's 50-second... What? 50-second... I think I'm just about done. Oh, okay. I see what you mean, Jerf. Yeah, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, and Big Bang were the only shows that we're still watching on TV. I haven't watched any of this season of Big Bang, and the series just ended, yesterday? Game of Thrones ends this Sunday, and I haven't watched any of The Walking Dead, nor have I really made any attempt to go and watch it. So I'm like, I think I'm at a point that I haven't been at in a very long time, and that is that there are no TV shows that I'm regularly watching, and I have no interest in chasing down anymore. Almost nothing better than to be on the side of a creek or stream on a hot day with a cool water rushing. Oh my God, Sean, yes it is. North Philly is better than Swindon. There's going to be a plague here. So, Latimer, we've got our own plagues. They may not be illness, but they're plagues. It's a shame you couldn't explore much when you were a child. You know what, Aqua? I'm glad I can explore more now, though. I worry that if I explored a lot as a child, maybe it would have taken that out of me. But since I didn't get to do it as a kid pretty much, now that I'm older, not only do I have more interest in doing it, I have the ability to do it more. Believe it or not, as bad a shape as I'm in, I would love to do the Appalachian Trail and go from, what the hell is it? It's, Mount Springer? It's like Mount Springer in Georgia. To Mount Katahdin in Maine, I believe is what it is. I would love to do that, but that's a significant commitment. Yeah, somebody already took it. I used to love camping as a kid. I still go out walking. Been trying to lose weight, so it helps living near a lot of nature parks and fun. Yeah, see, I don't live near a whole lot of stuff, but what I do live near has some pretty cool stuff. Was there a hard container or a master sword hidden at the hidden area? Rocky Bear, there were a lot of empty beer cans because people in this area and pretty much in America don't know how to clean up after themselves. Anyone here get Sonic? Oh, did Sonic Racing come out? Have you seen a petition about people demanding a read? Lilac, if you're here at the end when we get to viewer topics, please bring that back up because I have such a problem with that. And we talked about that before when it came to like the Federation Force thing and whenever people complain, the Diablo cell phone game, like it's all the same thing. I miss hiking and camping, and now I'm too overwhelmed. Sean, hiking maybe, but camping, I've seen a lot of big dudes that go camping, and camping is fine. It's the hiking that's normally a problem for bigger people. And even then, it depends on what you hike. Because one of the places I go to has multiple paths, some of them through the woods, like real hiking, but then some of them is like a bike path that you just walk and it goes around the whole thing. So it kind of, you're still in nature, but you're on solid ground as opposed to dirt. So it all depends on what you want to find and what there is available to you. We're gonna jump ahead here. Have you ever considered going camping? I went camping twice. Sorry. I very much enjoyed it, but I don't know that it's something I want to do on my own. And my father, I think, is pretty much done with camping. He is, if he's going to do anything, he's going to go outdoors and take a boat and go fishing and then go stay at a hotel and then go out again the next day. I think he's done with being in a tent camping. Remind me how I feel about trick-or-treating. I never got the chance to do it because my parents did not celebrate Halloween. Oh, man, I would like to go trick-or-treating one day. Aqua, I used to go when I was a kid all the time. We used to go in groups in where I lived in the city. And then as I got older, I got to start, for the short time that I was there, I got to start taking kids out. And it was great. It was great. You watched the the Mario Maker 2 Direct. Mendez, we could talk about that later. I did watch it, but I can be honest with you. I didn't play the first Mario Maker. So none of it means anything to me. Like when people, slopes, okay, I guess they weren't in the first game. I don't mean to sound like I'm harshing anybody's good time. It just, for me, it didn't really mean a lot because I didn't play the first game. And truth be told, I never really had significant interest. I had an interest. It was never so much of an interest that I went out and bought the game. Does walking around Comic-Con count as hiking? Latimer, no, but it counts as exercise. If you watch my video on convention tips, one of the big things that I stress is that a lot of people take it for, like, a lot of people underestimate going to conventions. We have very solitary hobbies that, there's a reason obesity is prevalent in our hobbies, and that's because our hobbies are very much sitting down, not moving a lot. So when people go to things like Comic-Con, like especially the really large ones, they underestimate how much activity that really is. I mean, if you consider how big some of these convention areas are, and then you consider that you will walk that place around and around 20 times, 30 times a day, you're kind of like walking miles. And then it's hot and everybody smells. But did you play LBP? What is LBP? I went as Nest last year. I went trick-or-treating. Oh, very nice. Yeah. I forget who that was. Elements, I think, showed up. Well, we're right at the beginning. Kind of in a similar boat. Although there are a few TV shows that I would like to catch up on. I don't have cable in my room. Specifically, so I don't get to watch as much TV as the rest of my family does. I'm mostly watching. Yeah, we watch. Oh, Little Big Planet. I never played Little Big Planet. Remember, I never had a PS3, and now I have a PS3. I should probably play Little Big Planet. Is it on PS4 also? Maybe I should give that a try. Neon Mole, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. That's pretty much what we watch. That was your first Ness. You should you should dress as Ness, but then have like a big prop padlock. So when people are like, "What are you?" They're like, "Oh, I'm Loch Ness." Ah. I'm get my laugh. The Yoshi game reminded me of Little Big Planet. Okay. And hey, Rami, what's going on? Okay. No. Yeah, should I do that? I was always wondering if I should do that. Where's my... Oh, there we go. Okay. I want to get into the first topic here. Like I said, it's not going to be much of a topic just because I don't think that there's a whole lot to be said about it. Grumpy Cat. There we go. It's recording that at his fledgling outside my apartment. I've been singing loudly. Yeah, that's right. That's always, it's noisy, but it's pleasant noisy. Like the sound of a little waterfall or like a creek or something. It's noisy, but it's pleasant noisy. Yeah. So Grumpy Cat, as of today, what is today? May 17th. 2019. Today, this morning, we found out that Grumpy Cat unfortunately passed away. 2012 to 2019, only 7 years old. Yeah, she passed at only 7, which was very sad. I think they said it was complications through urinary tract infection, which is unfortunately pretty common with cats. That is actually, we had Sage. Sage has had a surgery for that. That's why I've talked before about how he's on special food, and we can't just leave food down for him and all. And part of the reason he's on the special food is that he develops these urinary tract crystals, and then they require surgery but they require surgery if you catch it in time. If you don't catch it in time, it can be fatal, which I'm going to assume is what was happening here. I know Grumpy Cat's real name, Lilac just said it, was Tartar Sauce. Which some people had an issue with because it was tartar sauce, and then some people would shorten that to something that was a little less pleasant. And I think that a lot of people just thought that was just a sort of insulting name for the cat and didn't realize it was short for the name. It's still a little weird. I mean, obviously you can guess what the short version of the name is. But yeah, I think she was like a munchkin cat. I think that was the whole thing where that she was. I don't know if it was genetic or if that was it just happened to be that way, but she was actually super small, and then she had that adorable face that we all feel inside. Yeah, if I apologize if this topic is not for you, but it's a sad thing, and it's kind of interesting in a way. Tartar Sauce, Grumpy Cat was one of the that I remember, one of the first gigantic internet memes. I remember, there were memes before. There was I can has cheeseburger, and there was stuff like that, and there were different memes before then. But tartar sauce. I keep saying tartar sauce. I mean, it really is tartar sauce. Grumpy Cat was one of the first ones that I remember that there was merch for. You know what I mean? That it turned into this big giant thing, and I wonder if you trace back, as weird as it's going to sound to say it, meme history. I wonder if there was a bigger star meme before that, where, like I said, where there was merch, there was following. I mean, the cat was on Good Morning America and different shows and everything. I wonder. I think Grumpy Cat came out when people realized the word meme. Yeah, according to Wiki, she looked like that because the scowl was caused by feline dwarfism. I knew that there was something. I knew that there was some reason that she was actually really small. But yeah, it's kind of sad, but it's interesting that thinking of this character as one of the first the cat as one of the first gigantic memes. I wonder how much that spawned. I wonder how much went back to that. We've seen the rise of YouTubers, of video gaming YouTubers, and a lot of it can be traced back to people like AVGN, the Angry Video Game Nerd. When something gets big, it usually inspires more. Big giant songs inspire big giant songs that are similar to it, and it inspires big giant parodies of that song. For this to be one of the first ultra large memes, I wonder how much stuff came from this. I know, and I saw somebody had posted that the first picture. I'm already dropping those F's. Oh. I know that the first picture was somebody actually just posted that it was supposedly ripped off of another comic, where there was a comic strip and it was like a single panel comic, and the guy's like, I went outside once and it was awful. So they were calling it a ripoff, and I'm like, dude, take it easy. It's a cat with a meme. Like, it's yeah, what is the cat is my favorite seventh dwarf. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's just sad. It's just sad that I'm thinking about it. And you know, I also feel bad for the owners. And I know I know that probably one of the first things that people think is, oh, well, they were making money and or whatever. But you know what? It was still a member of their family. You know, it was still, anybody who doesn't have pets doesn't understand that pets are not, poor kitty was also mistreated because of the meme status. They used to forcibly sedate her for public appearances. I would have to see something about that. I would have to see what that is. Like if that, how true that was. Not that I'm saying I'm denying you. I would have to see how true that is. I do know that some animals, like, she had female dwarfism, which usually comes with a host of other genetic issues. So I would love to see a source on that, just to make sure. If it's true, it's unfortunate. If it's true, it is unfortunate, and I do feel bad for her in that way. In which case, you know, then she's out, which is good for her. Then wasn't there a Grumpy Cat movie too? Yeah. Oh man, like a Hallmark or a Lifetime movie or something. Oh, but yeah. About Grumpy Cat being family. Like, pets are family. You know, people joke about them and they call them their kids, but in reality, they kind of are. You know, they are these small beings that rely on us to survive in a way, or at least to survive better than they would survive out on the street. And you know, they are effectively very small children. So I think a lot of people that don't have pets don't understand. You know, when I lost a cat, when Millhouse, I believe it was Millhouse that passed away, and he was a great orange cat. I got to show a picture of him one day. He passed away, and I took off work. Like, I just couldn't go. And then I remember, a couple months before that, another employee, she had lost a dog. And she lost a dog and she took off work. So while I was there the day that the person was out, and one of the other employees was like, why don't you just get another dog? And I remember I didn't like that girl as is. And then when she said that, I was actually really kind of pissed off, and I stayed quiet for most of the day. I was towards her anyway. So then when I lost Millhouse and I took off, I remember thinking, like, people probably are like, it's just a cat. Like, but it's not. It's really not. So I do feel bad. You know, Grumpy Cat was 7 years of their life. When I lost Millhouse, he was about 7 or 8. We lost Pepper last year, I believe, and it was we had like 14 years with her. More. I think it was close to like 16 years. And you know, that's a significant portion of your life to spend with somebody else, and it's all of their lives. Yeah, I saw a picture once that said dogs and cats probably look at us the way we look at elves. You know, in mythology, we look at elves, and elves live to be like hundreds and hundreds of years old, if not thousands of years old. We live just a tiny portion of that. So maybe dogs and cats could look at us and think, wow, I will be I'll be here for my whole life with this person, but then this person will go on and have so much more of a life afterward. It's I know it sounds like sad and depressing, but it's very weird. When my dog passed away 3 years, yeah, I told you, yeah, Lizard, I'm the same way. I would tell you right to your face. Well, it's my family member, so you know, it's my family member. They're more important to me than you are. I'd imagine it hits a bit harder as a cat. Yeah, Fox, it's not that it hits hard. It just, you know, it sucks, and I can see where they're coming from with being sad, you know. So a lot of people are saying, you know, oh, well, you know, Grumpy Cat, you know, rest in peace and all that. But I have comfort for the family. So, you know, they're not going to see this, but they're not going to see it. But, you know, I put out comforting vibes and hope that they get there. You can't just replace something you lost just like that. Your pet is a part of you. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's I would even say that about cars. You know, if somebody had a car for 10 years and it was time to sell the car, or it broke and it was time to get a new one, I would expect them to kind of be sad. I would expect them to look at the car and say, wow, look at all of these memories, you know, have all of these memories come back in their mind that they might have had with the car. And I know some people that are, you know, oh, it's just a car, but like, no, the car itself is representative of so much more. So I get that, you know. So I especially get that with animals. You know, animals. Look, the reality is, like I said it a second ago. I value some animals way more than I value some people. Just wish I could say more. Yeah, it's all right. It doesn't have much of a connection with. Yeah, it's not like I knew the cat. It's not like I knew her. So I'm not heartbroken. It just, you know, it sucks. It's a topical thing. It stinks. You can never fully replace a pet. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, they're family. Yeah. Could you imagine like somebody coming in and like, oh, my brother passed away. It's like, oh, okay. Well, you can meet a new one. You get a new one. You know, oh, I lost a child. You just have more. Like, nobody would say anything like that. I don't know. I just think that maybe some people are. One of the biggest things I think is missing from our life is from this world is compassion and consideration. And I think that if people stop for a second to consider what they're saying sounds like, then they might not do it. Get another brother. Yeah, right. Yeah, but that's all. Like I said, that wasn't going to be a long topic. I just wanted to get into the discussion with that. Also, when our last dog passed away, she was the last of 4 dogs. The other 3 were old age, but she was only 6 and had I hit my dad hard, and he refuses to get any more pets. Lilac, Pepper. While I won't get into the specifics, Pepper's death was a bit harder on me, even more than Millhouse, just because of the situation that we were in. And I know that when Sage finally does go, I know that it's going to shatter me in half. And I know that I won't want another pet, not for a long time. It'll be a while before I can even tolerate being around another pet. Yeah, I love my dog. I don't really care about your dog, to be honest. Legit, where my mom was drowned, the doctor told grandparents that they could have other children. People essentially said that to my grandma when her husband died. Like, oh, you can marry again. Like, screw you. Yeah, I think you said, no, AR Mega Man, I'm still streaming today. I didn't stream yesterday. Boy, did you see my message late? Yeah, I did not stream yesterday. I canceled yesterday's stream to go for a walk. I posted a video though. Grumpy Cat's nice for them to know the world. Yeah, that always feels kind of good. Yeah, AR, don't worry, we're almost wrapped up on that one. Actually, we're gonna switch gears right here.